How's it going, y'all? We're back, right? And I want to talk about giving all that you can, wherever you can, within reason, right? I want to talk about this because I was watching a documentary for Mick Foley, the WWE wrestler, for those of you who don't know. A WWE wrestler, awesome wrestler, and it was kind of like a documentary, kind of thing, and he gave so much to his craft in WWE as a whole, and people will say, well, it's fake. I mean, sure, it's scripted and yada, but the reactions, the times where they break character, all the stuff that they're doing, it's actually quite dangerous. There's a reason why they advertise don't do this at home, because that stuff is dangerous and you got to practice for that and learn all that, and it requires a certain amount of skill, and a certain bit of masochism, a little bit, to do that. It's quite extreme. My point is, tangent aside, is that he gave literal blood, sweat, and tears to put all that into what he was doing. And it was like, when you see it, a lot of the emotion he puts into it is real. And when I talk about being genuine and being real, it's okay to give to people and want to give yourself to people. But it can be overbearing, especially when other people have to deal with their own demons at night, and they got to deal with themselves, and they probably don't even like themselves, and then here you are trying to dump all your problems onto their lap, And I'm talking about the people that are, that do this, that are kind of like, they are so desperate to give themselves to someone because they want to be loved, they want to be useful, they want to be noticed, be seen, be heard, be understood, be felt, be held, and that's fine. They want those things, but to give too much of yourself to other people, when you run the risk of them rejecting you because you're being overbearing or whatever the case is. You run the risk of someone taking advantage of that while you're in a vulnerable position and using you for their own ends, and that might be because there's something with them that they hate, about themselves or about other people, and then you just so happen to stroll right in. Don't be prey, don't give all that you can within reason, right? Stay away from people that don't serve you, and when I say don't serve you, I mean stay away from people that aren't good for you. Stay away from people that aren't encouraging and supportive and loving and caring, and can also keep it a buck with you, to keep it honest with you when the times get rough, that can also hear you out when you need something, that don't make you feel like you have to try to impress them, that you can trust, that you can respect, that you can like, that you can love unconditionally. Those are the people that you want around you. If they're not that, migrate, get to stepping, get away from them, because they're not gonna be good for you. And even if they do change, you can't risk it. Not for yourself, not for them, not for anyone. You cannot afford to take that chance. Give to, and I can attest to this. I spent just about my entire life doing it. We spend so much time giving to other people, trying to make other people happy and impress them. We're looking for our self-esteem in everything but ourselves. We're not giving ourselves compassion, which we need to do more of. Give ourselves warmth, give ourselves warmth, give ourselves, a reason to smile, give ourselves a reason to live, because no one can do any of that for you. No one is going to wake you up in the morning and be like, you got to get up and do this. No one's going to do all that. You have to, though. When you get old, if you're not grown yet, like, around the age of 18 and up, your future is going to be where you're going to be grown, You're going to be grown one day, like that, It's going to be quick, in the blink of an eye. For those that are 18 and up, like myself, I'm 21, getting ready to be 22 later in the year. Being an adult is not pretty. It doesn't, it can suck a lot, but it can also be wonderful. You glass half empty or a glass half full kind of person. I try to be glass half full and see that, oh, well, yeah, it's still full. There's still something there. I try not to look at what I don't have. I try to look at what I do have. I try to look at how much I've given to other people and how much I need to give to myself. Give yourself compassion, give yourself warmth, give yourself love, give yourself time to reflect on the past, and give yourself time to consider what your options are and what your future may be, and realistically as well. Don't play this game, but you gotta be realistic about all this, because life is brutal and it's reality incarnate. So what reality is, it's suffering a lot of the time. But if you're gonna suffer, and that's not all there is, but if you're gonna suffer, I'm gonna choose, if I'm gonna suffer, I'm gonna choose how I do it. I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face. I'm gonna do it on my own terms. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna give myself a reason to continue to live, to keep pushing, because there are people that value me, because I do have a voice. Even in my worst moments, I'm not believing that I can bring value to a situation. I can bring value to this platform. I can bring value to my community. I can bring value to myself. I can give myself value. No one can dictate how my story goes but me. I'm the one that has the pen. Now let me give myself the time, the choice, and the will to continue to write my own story. Let me take back what's mine, which is my narrative. Stop making myself a victim and blaming everybody but myself. Okay, cool, this person did this to me, that person did this to me. And I'm not saying this is a healthy mindset, but the way I treat myself is, okay, and that happened. Now, I need to own that. I'm not saying, be like, I did this, I'm the reason why this happened, and now my life sucks, and I'm just a piece of crap. No, I'm not saying do all that. It's as unfortunate as this is in my life, this did happen, but it's made me into who I am today. And the person I am now is a stepping stone towards who I want to be in the future. So I kind of need to go through the struggle that I'm going through for the moment. It's all temporary. Give yourself perspective on everything, to take a look back, to sit back and see how far you've come from the beginning. Don't focus on where your road might end, because you don't know that. No one does. We can't see the freaking future, and even if we did, what fun would that be? Because then you have it in your head that it's set. It's only set when you set it. Like in the X-Men Days of Future Past movie, Charles asks in the opening scene, is the future truly set? And then at the end of it, his younger self says, the future is never truly set. We dictate what happens. And you need to give yourself that. Give yourself forgiveness. Give yourself the strength to break those chains of doubt, of selfishness, of envy. And give yourself to yourself. You spend so much time giving to other people. Where do you think that's going to bring you in the next 10, 20 years, 30 years? All you do is give to people and everyone's out succeeding in life, and where are you? Nowhere to be found, right? Sitting in the dumps. Like, you give to everybody before you ever give to yourself. It doesn't end well. It just doesn't. It never does. That's not saying go cold, but don't give so much of yourself, because now you got a role to play and you're being fake, and then in a way it somewhat invalidates the giving, because then you're doing it because you're out for something now. You're out for a reward. You're not giving because it's right. You're not giving because you're okay with it anymore. You're not giving because now it feels like you have to. When give to yourself, because you have to give to yourself. And as hard as it is to face yourself, all you have is you. It's you and your own brain every day, and you need to learn to work with it. You need to make sure your mind, your body, and your heart and your spirit are all in some form of alignment. Give, if life is going to be a challenge, give it a reason why. Give it a reason. Give this life a reason to remember your name. Give it a reason. Just give yourself a reason, really, to keep going, as I've said. Show yourself who you are. And so that way, when you show the world who you are and they try to give you labels, it won't matter. You won't take them. You won't be offended by those labels, because you know who you are. Who are you when you're not performing for other people? Who are you when you're on your own and it's just you? When you don't have to face expectations. Figure out who that person is, because that person is someone special. That's real. That's the real you. That's where all the good stuff is. So when you're around your friends, you can be comfortable in your own skin. I'm still trying to learn to be comfortable in my own skin, as difficult as that is. It's hard. It's so hard. And it's okay. You learn. You learn from doing things, and you see what works, and you give yourself time. Give all that you can, right? Wherever you can, within reason. Don't, because then it's a matter of what you're giving yourself. What's your self-talk? Give yourself a reason to smile, because I love giving, and maybe you either love giving so much that it hurts, or you don't know how to give because you've never seen an example. The examples are all around you. There's examples on the internet of people giving to other people, and you will know when it's genuine. It'll bring a smile to your face, hopefully. It might bring a tear to your eye, but then what we don't see is how to give to yourself and be happy. That's something that's not really seen, because that's something that requires you to be on your own. It doesn't require a camera in your face. It doesn't require a screen to be in your face all the time. Give yourself a new perspective on life. Look at the sky, look at the trees, look at the ground, look at the cars passing by, look at the different kinds of people around you. This world is so much bigger than the individual. But as the individual, we can change a little bit of it. We can change people. I'm not looking to really change the world per se. I'm looking to change hearts, mend them, bring people together. From all walks of life, we could all come here and discuss what's going on in our lives. And I'm also trying to learn from you guys. How do you guys navigate this? How do you give to yourself? How do you give to others? how can you be a bit better in either department? You know? How do you make way for the best version of yourself to come about? What habits do you need to knock down so better ones can rise? So a better you can rise to the surface and you won't have to stop pretending. So you'll have to stop pretending. And if people don't like you for the real you, then find people who will. Because it's not really about being liked. It's about being understood and respected. And if you can't get that from this group, find another group. Give yourself that.